everybody, today it's a nice bright sunny day, although the wind is cold. We're having a simple supper, so I've decided to make a steamed lemon sponge. Now I'm doing it in a 1950s fashion today. Because there's only two of us, I'm going to be using these dariole moulds. I've greased the inside with sunflower spread really well, and I've placed a disc of greased greaseproof paper in the bottom of each. So that's most of the prep done for the actual steaming of the sponge. I'm cooking it in the slow cooker, which I have set to high, and that's been heating up now for about 10 to 15 minutes with the water in, so the water will soon come up to the right temperature. It takes about half an hour, perhaps a little longer. Now, steamed sponge is really tasty, and if you've got any leftover batter after making the sponges, you can use it for making a few cupcakes. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, in a bowl there's 85 grams of sunflower margarine. You can use butter if you prefer. The recipe I am using is my go-to Marguerite pattern recipe for cupcakes or fairy cakes. I've made this so many times I know it off by heart. So there's 85 grams of margarine, and to that I'm going to add 85 grams of caster sugar. Now I'm going to beat this with a wooden spoon. If you prefer, you can use the electric whisk, but I can't be bothered to get it out today. I've had a very busy day. I'm just going to use my wooden spoon, and I'm so used to baking, I can easily beat a lot of air into it without the need for an electric whisk. So first of all, cream the sugar and the butter by pressing it down with the wooden spoon and stirring. And then beat it. That's nice and creamy. The next thing to do now is beat an egg. Beat the egg in a cup. This is a medium to large egg. You want large preferably. I use the largest of the medium eggs. And then just pour in some of the egg and give that a good mix round. Make sure it's thoroughly combined. There we go. That's the dog next door. Right, the next thing to do is weigh out 85 grams of self-raising flour. This is gluten-free flour. I don't tend to need to use gluten-free these days very often, but the flour needs using. It'll make the sponge nice and light anyway. I'm going to sieve about a tablespoon of this flour into the bowl to begin with. And then I'll fold it in nice and gently until it's all combined. This helps to stop the egg from curdling. Pour in a bit more egg. And again, combine. Keep going until all the egg and flour are incorporated. Then beat the mixture together really well. This enables the batter to get nice and light and airy with some good bubbles. There we go. I'm going to add the milk to the egg cup. This makes sure that all the egg is used because there was a little bit left at the bottom. Pour it in gradually and stir. At this stage you just want to fold in everything. That's a nice soft dropping consistency. There, that's perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract. If you wanted, you could either use a good squeeze of lemon juice or even some grated lemon zest. But I really like the combination of lemon and vanilla. So I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla. Just eyeball a drop. And again, fold this through. I usually use a figure of 8. Now it's time to fill those dariole moulds. So in the bottom, I'm going to put a very large teaspoon of this lemon curd. I prefer my friend Lorraine's lemon curd, but alas, I have none. So this store-bought will have to do. That should be nice and lemony. That's about right. And then I'm going to pour in some of the cake batter. Now, I don't want it to come right up to the top. I need to leave a gap for when it rises. So that there should be enough. And there'll be enough left over to make a few cupcakes. Perhaps 2 or 3. There we go. I'm just going to tap the sponges to level them. And now it's time to put the tops on and get them in the slow cooker. There is a greaseproof circle that I made earlier What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pleat the middle, like so. This allows the sponge to rise nicely. I'll do that with the other. Then I'm going to turn them the other way and grease them lightly. Then I need a little bit of foil for each one, and again I'll just pleat it in the middle like so. Then take the wax circle and place it on the wrong side of the foil and place both over the top of the dariole mould. What I do to make things easier is I secure them with an elastic band. And then I get a piece of string and just tie a knot round to secure. Like that, and then we can just slip off the elastic band. I'll do that with the other one, and then I can put them in the slow cooker. And here we are. Don't they look attractive? You see there's a couple of inverted jam jar lids. I'm going to place the moulds on top of those. It's important that they are not directly on the bottom of the slow cooker. There we go, they work like trivets. So now I can top the slow cooker up with some more water and they will be steaming for a couple of hours. So I'm going to cook those on the oven setting of my combi microwave oven, and those little cakes will take probably about 15 minutes, and in the meantime I'm going to make myself a brew. Anyway, I'll see you in a while. Now, these are the steamed sponges. They're ready now. I just need to open them up very carefully. Very, very hot. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invert it. And then you can give it a try, see what it's like. There we go. That looks nice, doesn't it?
That looks lovely.
Doesn't that look good? A bit of creme fraiche. And then we have a steamed lemon sponge. Give that a try, Dan, see what you think.
That's really nice. I'll try it with some creme fraiche. That's gorgeous.
Is the pudding nice and light?
It's gorgeously light, beautifully light. Really nice flavour to it. It's not too sweet, not too tart, just right.
Oh, lovely.
And it goes well with the creme fraiche.
What would you give me for that then?
Oh, top marks again.
Oh, thanks, babe.
I think we're going to make a whole lot of people's mouths water when they watch this.
So there we are, yet another successful recipe. If you like this recipe, please like, share, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Ding the notification bell so you know when the next video is up, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Until then, I'm going to tuck into my dessert, so bye for now.